What's up, y'all? Welcome to another episode of the Death of the Asia. Tonight, we'll be talking about the trending topics in the media right now. We'll be talking about Derrick Jaxn filing for divorce from his wife, Dania Jaxn. Also, we'll be talking about Diddy's announcement of his newborn child. And we'll also be talking about the heated argument between Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe on Undisputed. We're gonna go ahead and touch on Derrick Jaxn and his wife Dania Jaxn. We all know that previously Derrick Jaxn was exposed for cheating on his wife, and it was this whole debacle between Derrick Jaxn and Tasha K for exposing the fact that he cheated on his wife. They shared words back and forth, and following that, Derrick Jaxn and his wife, they went live, and they were talking about, their relationship status, and it sounded like they were going to try to make it work. A lot of people were tripping off the fact that Dania was sitting up there with this bonnet on, looking very homely and everything, and she was calling her bonnet the what she called it, the helmet of salvation. If y'all are not familiar with who Derrick Jaxn is, Derrick Jaxn is a social media influence, and I guess he called himself a relationship expert. And he's one of those people that pander towards women. I've never been fond of Derrick Jaxn because I've seen the play. Men are not quick to come and jump out and take the fence of women the way Derrick Jaxn was, and he always used this angle of talking down on men. If you got to be careful of people who talk down too much on their own demographic, and those who also don't hold their own demographic accountable for anything. There has to be some type of balance. So if you're one of those people that's always talking about this one party is so wrong and the other party is right, and how you need to make choices based on the information that you're providing, then that lets me know that you're just pandering and you're just coming up with some stuff, and 9 times out of 10 you're not living that life that you claim. And we've seen it with the likes of Derrick Jaxn. We've seen it with people like Steve Harvey or whatnot. You have a lot of these relationship experts that'll come out here and they cheat on their wife, or they've been married 4 and 5 different times. But a lot of people said that they feel as though Dania Jaxn deserved what she got. And it's crazy because I was torn when I seen a woman like Dania Jaxn that's just very religious, into her Bible. It's like she is actually she's very into her Bible, and it's almost like she's brainwashed to an it's almost like she's brainwashed to an extent, and she kind of live a life of illusion, like she's not dealing with reality. So she's able to just roll with the punches and use the Bible verses to justify her husband's BS. She was definitely not going to leave Derrick Jaxn. And the way that she was acting a lot of times on her Instagram, you know, I can see how someone that's in a relationship with somebody that's this heavy Bible thumper or whatever can start, veering off and seek interest in different things. But that's not a clearance for you to disrespect your wife and you step out on your wife. That's a conversation that you have. You do the divorce before you start cheating. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead and let her know, hey, this isn't working for me. I'm not happy here. We got together and you were like this. Things have changed, and we're growing at different paces, and we're dealing with our own individual journeys, and just let each other go without hurting somebody unnecessarily in the process. So just recently, Dania Jaxn, she took to social media and she just started hexing people. She started like telling people they're gonna if they keep her family name in their mouth, and keep talking about her and her husband, that their kids gonna be fatherless, they're gonna be widows and all of this old kind of stuff. I'm gonna let y'all hear the clip because it was crazy as hell, because for the simple fact nobody was thinking about them. Like, we had been got off of Derrick Jaxn and Denia Jackson. So when she popped up throwing these crosses at people, I was like, what's the tea? What's going on with her? But apparently she knew something that we did not know. And it's probably be some type of uh situation that she got going on with the woman that Derrick Jaxn been running around town with, that we just recently seen him with in photos. And I feel that Derrick Jaxn announced the fact that he is filing for divorce to get ahead of the news, because people were able to see him running around with this woman. So before it become another thing where he's just exposed, it's like, let me go ahead and tell y'all that I have filed for divorce. So you won't try to make it seem like it's a thing because you see me with other women. But bitch, you're still not divorced yet. So you still need to kind of chill out with running around with all of these different women, especially that one who decided that she wanted to take to her social media and throw subliminal messages to his wife. That's one thing that I do not like about these men, because they do not have their hoes in check. These men be allowing these other women to disrespect their spouse. And that's one thing that I do not like. If you're going to cheat and you're going to be out here in the streets, first of all, don't tell no bitch nothing about me. She should know where I stay at. She should know my work schedule. She should know my intimate business or anything like that. If you want to run around here and fuck on something, then just do you. But keep me out of what you got going on, and never put a woman in a position where she feel like it's okay to disrespect me. Like, we going through what we going through. You trying to leave me and I'm trying to leave you, and that's cool, fine and dandy. Do your thing. But don't let your hoes disrespect me. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and play y'all the clip of Denia Jaxn going off and throwing crosses at people, because, baby, she did that. Let me share this screen right quick. Oh, no, it's a clip. Hold on. Here it is.
And speaking against the names Denia Jaxn and Derrick Jaxn in mockery, accusations, slanders, and lies, may the mercies of God be withdrawn from you. May your husbands and wives become widows. Let your children become fatherless. Let your seed become vagabonds on the earth. Let the words of your mouth and your words of your hands be returned back to you. Let it go down your throat and choke you slowly until your days become few on the earth. The word of God says, touch not my anointed and do my prophets no harm. You've been warned. And if you want to know where that is at in the Bible, go to Psalm 109. Go to Psalm 35, go to Psalm 140, go to Psalm 141, and keep our names out of your mouth in the name of Jesus. Have a blessed day.
Girl, that is not of the Lord. She throwing all them crosses at people. That is not of the Lord. That ain't how any of this works. And I'm going to tell you something. Derrick Jaxn, he better watch himself. Because that Denia Jaxn is something else. If you go to her Instagram, she's still been doing her praise and worships, acting like she don't care or anything like that. She's giving me one of those people that mess around and snap. He better watch himself playing around with that lady, because she's definitely something else. And honestly, I wouldn't feel comfortable in our house with somebody like that be throwing crosses and acting like the Elohim or nothing. But it is what it is. You married that lady, and if you're gonna exit the situation, you need to do it the right way. Don't be running around here in the streets fucking and sucking on these other women and bringing things home possibly. So I don't like how he did that, but the lady does seem off her rocker. I'd be getting rid of her ass too, to be honest, but he was dead wrong by the way he did it. And no, I don't feel like, even though she threw them crosses at people or whatever, it was hilarious to me. I don't feel like she deserved what is happening to her, because she felt as if she needed to defend her family the way that she did. That doesn't take away the fact that he disrespected his wife and he stepped out on his wife. I don't think that she deserved the pain that she's experiencing or the pain that she's suppressing, because it seems to me that she just suppressed a lot of her pain, but it's gonna come to a head eventually, and I wouldn't be surprised if we hear some other things in the news pertaining to that couple. But moving right along, child. So Diddy made an announcement that he has a newborn child, and it's not by Young Miami. So y'all, let me break this down real quick, because a lot of people, i.e., academics specifically, took to social media in order to attack Young Miami, which I don't really get that part. I'm gonna tell you something that I do not like. I do not like when people get to fucking with you on social media. They got your name in things, even though he didn't at her. Of course, he was talking about her. And then when you clap back to people, they be trying to make it seem like because you clap back, then you're oppressed. No, I clap back because I'm human, and you're not just about to be fucking with me out here in these social media streets. You get what I'm saying? So apparently, Young Miami and Diddy, they have this arrangement where they just go together real bad. They really not in a relationship. I guess they're considered ethical, non-monogamous people. And we have seen Diddy pour into Carisha, and we have seen her support Diddy. So they all out in the public. We are aware that Diddy and Carisha, they are a thing, but they're not in an official relationship. We have seen Diddy running around with different women and everything. So now that Diddy has this baby, people are coming out with narratives like Carisha know what she signed up for. Why do you feel like Carisha all of a sudden don't know what she signed up for because of this situation? How do you know that Carisha didn't know about the baby? Because her and Diddy, they ended up having a situation where people were saying that they had broke up because of her allowance, and then he had sent her some flowers to the house and everything like that. But it could have had something to do with this child. You never know. But here's the thing. I'm going to tell you something. I understand Carisha clapping back, and I understand what people were saying. This is the reason why I think it's very important for people who are non-monogamous to not do too much showcasing around with one person, because society is just not ready for that mentally. Like, our society is set up to where when they see you with a person and y'all behave in a certain way, our society is, regardless of what you say, in our society, we're going to put you in a monogamous relationship regardless, right? They said that they weren't in a relationship. So for people to be attacking Carisha about this man having a baby, I just didn't get it, because to be honest, Carisha, I mean, she shouldn't care, other than the fact of, if you're going to be messing with me and messing with other women, you should be protecting yourself. But if we decided to be non-monogamous, and it's very clear to all parties, there's no harm and there's no foul. The only issue that I would have with as a woman is, why are you having unprotected sex out here and you're non-monogamous? Like, that's not cool, you know. But I'm not finna sit here and let Carisha play in our face as if she doesn't have feelings for that man. She has feelings for Diddy, and Diddy has feelings for her. Just because you're non-monogamous doesn't mean that you can't have feelings for each other, and that doesn't mean that you can't be in love. It does. You could be in love with multiple people. I know, like, some people like to say, monogamous-minded people like to say that you can only be in love with one person at one time, but that's not true. You could actually be in love with multiple people at the same time. And the way that Diddy has poured into Carisha and the way that Carisha supports Diddy, I know as a woman that she cares about that man. So I'm knowing that even though you have to rationalize with yourself and say, hey, I did sign up for this. You're not expecting no baby to come about the situation. That's a whole totally different ball game. We just shit, you just playing around with me. You're not taking me that serious. So I'm thinking that shit, you playing around with the other women too, and you're not taking them that serious, but you sitting up here making this lifelong commitment with this woman by having a child. You're more committed to a woman by having a child than you is by marrying her. So if Carisha did feel the type of way, what's the issue? It's not a problem that she feels a type of way if she does. If she doesn't, that's fine. But I think her coming out making it seem like, and she's just, going on a rant about it. I would have said what I had to say to Academics when Academics came out and said what he said. If I was Carisha, I would have addressed him because Academics do be doing too much. I would have addressed, I'm the type of motherfucker like this. I'd have addressed Academics. I would have first, when the news first hit, I would have been on my Twitter. Congratulations, Poppy. We all love the new baby. Congratulations. Let's be very clear. That's what I would have hit them with. I would have hit the internet with a congratulations, so they could know it's real. You know what I'm saying? You a city girl. I would have hit them with congratulations, Poppy. That's that. But I also would have addressed Academics because he's always coming for somebody. He definitely would have gotten told off for sitting on his platform and trying to drag me in a way of trying to make it seem like I'm stupid or something. And I'm over here minding my business until you say something to me. Yeah, I'm not mad at Carisha for clapping back. But the fact that she clapped back one time, it was some other lady that Diddy was messing around with. I think it was some Asian lady that Diddy was messing around with. She going off on her. They throwing subs and shots at each other. If you are in a non-monogamous, ethical non-monogamous situation, and it's very clear where you stand, you don't really have no grounds to be going off on another woman. So it's best to just admit to your feelings and just say, listen, let me tell y'all something. People like to say this is what you signed up for. But what you signed up for, it doesn't mean that your feelings don't change, right? Hear me out. I could sign up to be in a non-monogamous relationship with you, and then I could fall in love with you to a way that I do just want you for myself, right? The same way I could sign up for marriage to you, right? And I could decide that, bitch, I ain't in love with you no more and I want to get a divorce. Just because you signed up for something don't mean that your feelings can't change in the process of dealing with somebody. And I don't understand why people don't get that. Yeah, you might have went in a relationship thinking it's all cute and be like, that's Diddy, he for the streets. I'm a city girl. I'm doing my thing. He don't want to do nothing but play. Then you get around that person and you get the just really feeling them out. You really get the digging them and everything. And it's like, hey, I don't want nobody else but you. It could happen. Your feelings can change. So we got to allow people that right to be able to change what it is that they're feeling, but they have to talk about that to their partner. And if their feelings don't align with what their partner is willing to do, then they have to decide whether or not they want to stay in the situation or they want to exit the situation. It's just simple as that. But there has been news coming out, and this is all alleged. I don't know. I don't get that deep into people's business. I let other people do that, and I just piggyback off of it because, baby, I don't have time. But allegedly, the lady that Diddy had the baby with is a married woman. So that's some mess within itself. And the people say he got to pay $300,000 a month in child support. That's crazy. I'm going to tell you something. I know that these women get with these high profile men and they be having babies with them and they look at them as a meal ticket, but I really don't understand the point. I've never known Diddy to not take care of his children, and he seems very, very generous with his money. What is the exact reason of putting a man like that on child support? I don't be getting that part. But I could see if he isn't doing for his child or anything like that, then yeah, put his ass on child support. But if he's doing for his child, I don't see the point in it. So it start looking bad on the women who sit around and get pregnant by these high profile guys, because you could have you could have a relationship with this person and y'all could be cordial, y'all could co-parent and everything, and let that man take care of his child. And I just really don't see the reason of going down there and filing child support orders for somebody that is known to take care of his kids. Now, if it's one of those things where it was just a one night stand, he really not checking for you for real, and you know it is what it is, you messed around and got pregnant, fucked around and found out, and so you got to go down there and put him on child support. I get that. If he don't really want any dealings with you, I get it. But that's crazy to me. If I was Carisha and all of this stuff was going on, let me tell you something, I'll be right back outside with Diddy. Bitch, what? I'll be right back outside. He ain't my man. I knew he was for the streets. Yeah, bitch, I got in my feelings a little bit. It kind of hit me a little bit, but run me that allowance. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be right back outside. Shoot. He ain't promised me nothing. If that man ain't promised you nothing and he did what he did or whatever, I'll be mad at him for him, you know, having unprotected sex. But other than that, child, please. So we'll be right back outside at the BET Awards. I'll be holding up another sign on the bitch. I'll do that. So a person could really know, like, I ain't tripping. But Carisha, she going outside doing all this going back and forth with people. It's only gonna be one or two posts you gonna get from me, and that's just gonna be it. But anyway, that's some people business. Let's talk about Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe. Now, y'all, if you know me, you know I love me some Shannon Sharpe. I got a thing for tight ends in football. Like, for some reason, my favorite players be running backs and tight ends. Like, I love me some Travis Kelce. Oh my God, he is so handsome to me. I'm in love with a man who don't even know I exist, bitch. But and I used to love me some Marshawn Lynch, honey. Oh my God, I still love me some Marshawn Lynch. He just got that attitude. I love it. But anyway, and then Shannon Sharpe. It's something about Shannon Sharpe. Like, he a fine, ugly man. It's weird. Like, he funny looking, but he fine as fuck. I don't know what it is. I love me some Shannon Sharpe. But I don't think Shannon Sharpe like black women, so I'm gonna get off his dick. But anyway, I still like him, you know, as a player. Anybody who wants to take away from Shannon Sharpe's greatness, they do not know football. And I was so disappointed at Skip Bayless on Undisputed when he was trying to take up for Tom Brady, and he was telling Shannon Sharpe that Tom Brady is better than him. First of all, Skip Bayless, how in the hell are you comparing a quarterback to a tight end? First of all, and they are both GOATs within their respectful positions. So how, like, what, how can you dare compare a quarterback to a tight end? And then just because Shannon Sharpe has his take on Tom Brady, you about to disrespect this man personally on his accomplishment and what he has done for the sport and try to make it seem like it's not nothing. Check out Shannon Sharpe's resume. Let's be very clear. Shannon Sharpe, if you doing a top 5, if you finna do a top 5 of tight ends in the NFL and you don't have Shannon Sharpe on there, you on some bullshit. So for Skip Bayless to sit up there and try and go in on Shannon Sharpe the way that he did, I did not like that. One thing about Skip Bayless, he gonna say some silly stuff when it comes to the Cowboys, when it comes to Michael Jordan. I don't know what comes over Skip Bayless when they get to talking about Michael Jordan and they get to talking about the Cowboys. But Skip Bayless, he sit back and say some of the most ridiculous, delusional stuff that you ever want to hear. And Skip Bayless is a prime example as to why I don't really care for Cowboys fans. Just the fact that this man is a Cowboys fan, you shouldn't take nothing he really say to heart anyway, because those are some of the most delusional some of the most delusional people on the planet. I've never seen anything like that. They could be losing back to back, back to back. They've been doing all right, but they, like, say for instance, they losing back to back, back to back. They'll still sit up there. We're going to the Super Bowl this year. Houseway, you gonna be on the couch with everybody else. And if they get to the playoffs, it's Cowboys fashion. They gonna get to the playoff first round. They gonna be on the couch. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? But it's the delusion for me. And Skip Bayless sitting up there disrespecting Shannon Sharpe like that, I did not like it. And Shannon Sharpe wanted to catch the fade. Like, he wanted to run the fade for real. He really wanted to run the fade, because if you notice, he took them glasses off. But this was funny though. I ain't gonna tell no lie. Skip wrong for this shit. I love Undisputed because they both ignorant. Look, Shannon Sharpe took his eyeglasses off, right? So he going in. Skip, how you gonna defend him and disrespect me? And you know me, basically saying all of that. And here comes Skip. Put your glasses back on. That tickled when I ain't gonna tell no lie. Shannon Sharpe, he wanted to run the fade, but Skip was like, "You run up, get done up." Skip was like, "Yeah, you ain't finna do nothing. Put your glasses back on." That part took the hell out of me, and then eventually, Shannon Sharpe put his glasses back on or whatever. But I don't be liking it, because Skip Bayless ain't never threw no football. Bitch ain't touched pig skin a day in his life. You ain't got nailed first down a day in your life, and you sitting up here trying to tell this man that put his body on the line for the sport that it doesn't mean nothing because you up Tom Brady's ass. Come on now. And let's be very clear. Tom Brady, definitely GOAT status. I do not like Tom Brady, but all at the same time, I'm not no hater. You know what I'm saying? He is GOAT status. Now, throughout his career, the refs have worked for him. Let's be very clear, because when he played for the Patriots, it was like, if you playing Tom Brady, you're playing the referees. Like, you and your team is playing the referees. You ain't even playing the Patriots. He taking her out of balls and getting caught up in scandals and all of that, or whatever the case may be. He didn't get it honestly to me. That's just my thing. He didn't get it honestly to me, but he got it, and I can't take that away from him. I'm not going to sit here and make pretend like me watching Tom Brady with the Bucs these days isn't a disappointment to me, because although you know how, like, you don't like a player, but you also expect something from them. You still expect greatness from them. You expect a good game. You don't expect just for them to get blown out or anything. You have a certain expectation. But personally, you don't like this person. So I do have a certain expectation for Tom Brady. And before I leave here, this was funny to me. What was that dude named from the 49ers that intercepted their ball from Tom Brady? I forget his name. But he intercepted the ball from Tom Brady. And then he went to Tom Brady and asked Tom Brady to sign the ball. I was like, okay, that's bold. But Tom Brady was a good sportsman about it. He took the ball, he signed it or whatever. But that was very interesting. But Skip, lay off of don't do Shannon. Don't do Shannon. But I love y'all show. Keep it up. I like that they get heated and everything. I don't have a problem with that. But Skip did go too far. He did go too far with that today. But a lot of people talking about that's gonna be the end of Undisputed. It's not. Like, Skip and Shannon, they do it to each other. They do it to each other, but Skip just went a little bit too far. But anyway, thank y'all so much for joining me tonight for another episode of the Death of the Asia. Make sure you hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. And also I have a link in the comments for our other podcast, the Hip Hop School Past and Present podcast, that we do every Friday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. If you love hip hop, all things hip hop, definitely subscribe. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. I'm about to tune out. Y'all have a good one.
I hope you black men were paying attention. I hope you black men were paying attention.